So TransLogix was started in 1995, and from 1995, 2 people. It's now an organisation with 60 people across Australia and New Zealand, and 5 offices. So it gives us a great spread. That means we can be close to our customers where we need to be to provide them service and support. The important thing, what we did is in 1995 we recognised that specifically the transport and logistics industry, where they were executing the movement of goods, didn't have systems available to them, and there was technology was starting to become more cost effective. We saw the opportunity of providing a solution that was specifically targeted towards that industry. The alternatives were write your own at that time or carry on with a paper-based environment. And the important thing is we're not just a technology company, we're actually a company that understands the essence of the market. It's as much about what we understand about the business and how our customers can get the best use of the information technology as it is about the technology itself. Over that period of time, TransLogix software suite has become quite large. In fact, if you're a transport and logistics organisation, out of the box, I'm confident we can deliver to more than 95% of the requirements. And the reason I have that confidence is because we have 400 customers. We've been in this market, in this one market, for a long period of time. So the breadth of the product runs from full financials, third-party warehousing and logistics management, mobility solutions, optimizing, how do I reduce the amount of vehicles and trucks on the road, repairs and maintenance and asset management, administration and billing, customer service either through the CRM or through web-based portals. So pretty much the whole spectrum. And an important part of that is our strategy is to deliver a product, and that means that we have a broad and deep set of functionality, so that out of the box we're trying to meet the customer's requirement. Key thing is though, organisations are quite unique. So while many of the principles are the same, how do we actually deliver something that's unique and special for every customer? And the key thing about the way we've designed our products is there are high levels of customisation. So that means that our team can configure the solution in a cost-effective way on site, so that we get the benefit of all of the background of the software, but we're not having to develop new software for every customer. That means it's quick to put in, it's efficient, you can see the tangible benefits before you start, and importantly, as we go forward and needs change and we add new functionality to the solution, it's easy for us to deploy it to our customer base. In fact, key thing is I can go to every customer and I can take the current release and I can upgrade their system. So there are some really important examples of what we've been able to do to achieve with customers, and they're different in relation to different customers. So for example, many organisations are small family businesses, and what we find in those organisations is quite often as they grow they become burdened with having to deal with the operational challenges day to day, the administrative challenges, and actually people end up working harder and harder and harder, and the business starts to stall going forward. Well, one of the key things that we deliver, because of the breadth of the software and its integration, it means that from taking the customer order, executing the customer order by putting it on the truck, by using a subcontractor, billing the customer, taking it into the accounts, it means that those organisations, one, they know whether they're performing well from a profitability perspective. Importantly, quite often it means that previously where they were losing revenue, and it's been identified that an average throughout the marketplace is 3% of revenue gets lost because the systems aren't in place to be able to capture that. The second thing is about efficiency and making sure that trucks are loaded well and that we're meeting customer demands. The third thing is actually about the people in the business, actually taking the burden of the administration and the detail away for them so they can actually manage the business. They actually have the time to think. That creates efficiency. I think on the other side, it's also important to recognise that many organisations have been built, and what they've got is bits and pieces of technology. So they actually have different processes and different systems, either in different locations or just in the same office. That becomes a problem because as new people come into the business, it takes them longer to be trained, it takes them longer to perform. It also means it's difficult for you to provide a consistent result to the customer. So TransLogix sees itself growing in exactly the same industry going forward. There are still many opportunities for us to help our customers improve their performance. You know, in particular, what we're seeing is a massive growth in the use of mobility devices and handhelds. You know, in part that's driven because the reduction in the cost of the hardware and the ubiquity of communications, actually making it now affordable. So really it's now not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So for us, what we're also doing in there is making sure there's more effective connection between collecting of data, in fact driving performance, managing performance, collecting information about the actual movement of freight, and bringing that into the back office and then to the customer. There's significant change and growth in the marketplace. Further than that, you know, we also have aspirations to take our capability to other markets that are outside of Australia and New Zealand. We certainly have seen that the problems that we have to solve and that we've successfully solved in our current markets are similar overseas. And in fact, the challenges of geographic disbursement and limited resources that are here in Australia and New Zealand has caused us to have a skills capability that then lend themselves to greater improvements in marketplaces that are larger.